Merithra Druid is actually really strong right now, especially in top legend, because a lot of people are actually trying to target spell demon hunters, and this deck actually excels at that. So in this video I'm gonna give you a quick updated guide about Merithra Druid, talk about mulligans, win rates, and general tips, so you guys know what you could be doing with and against it. I hope you find the video helpful, and if you do, a like and a subscribe would be great, and don't forget you can check me out live on stream each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. But now, let's get into the deck.
You are not prepared!
This is the list I used. I saw Kugu Gaming was doing pretty well with it in top 10 legend, was it? Yeah, the deck is actually quite powerful, and you definitely need to know how you should be positioning yourself in order to actually get yourself the most out of this deck, because in some games you need to be defensive, and others you need to be actually aggressive, and it really comes down to quite a few things, like you could be having plenty of options with Elise the Navigator, you could be having options with Merithra to keep her in the mulligan or not, and you could be doing some pretty nasty high rolls with the help of Ferak and such, so all around the deck definitely feels great. You do have quite a few defensive tools in here with things like Underking, like the Brood Watcher, who can also be pretty aggressive, with Ebb and Flow as well, and you also have some random discoverability with the help of things like Horn of Plenty and such, so all around the deck definitely does have quite a few tools up its sleeve with which it could be doing nasty stuff. Going through the cards, we have a couple of Innervates with which you can do things a little bit quicker. The Wave Shaping is going to help you curve off properly, Acceleration Aura gives you a lot of good ramp, Ebb and Flow can be great defensively and offensively in some cases, especially if you've played a minion already. Gaining that 5 extra armor could be huge, but in some cases you just gotta rip it as soon as you can if you're not gonna be playing a minion anytime soon. The Felwood Treant is pretty awesome because it basically ramp on a stick, and even though it does take a little bit while to actually get the ramp out of it, it's usually pretty worth it to spend the mana. Horn of Plenty can give you all sorts of different things, including some pretty nasty high rolls. Press the Advantage can help you with the card draw. We actually have 2 copies of this, and you also will be able to chip out a lot of things on the board, including things like Pallies. The Darkscale Broodmother helps you spend mana without actually spending mana, so this way you're gonna get yourself Broodwatcher a lot easier, or the Felwood Treant for that matter. All you gotta do is have a dragon already in your hand, however. The Broodwatchers are definitely pretty awesome. You could be getting a lot of tempo with this thing if you get good ramp, and good mana cheating minions like Darkscale Broodmother and the Felwood Treant, and technically it is possible to drop it as soon as turn 4, which would be pretty good for you. With Elise the Navigator, depending on the matchup, you're gonna have a lot of options here, like if you're against slow, greedy matchups like Priests, like Death Knight, it might be a good idea to actually go for 10 mana location out of Elise and surprise the opponent with +4 attack on all of your small idiots. In some cases that would be the winning play, but in other cases going for the 5 mana, get yourself some rushers, some discover spells, that kind of stuff could be worth it, especially against faster matchups. Xavius can be pretty nasty, giving you all sorts of different dark gifts on your important minions, and he could help you fish out your Merithra if you're really looking for her. Midrosil helps you big time with the cycle, as well as the mana cheat, like if you combo a Midrosil with Elise, let's say when you already have 11 mana, you can literally play Elise on the same turn as her 10 mana location if you're on the last charge of a Midrosil, and in some matchups that's how you're gonna take him out by surprise. The Twilight Time Reaver is actually pretty cool in here as well. A lot of the times you could be setting a lot of enemies at 1 attack this way. Don't forget you're also setting your idiots the same way. But yeah, it's not about setting the opponent's minions at 1 health. A lot of the times, I mean, you don't even have things like swiping here anymore, so you're not going to be able to clear them out easily unless you're already established on the board, or you already have something like Press the Advantage and such. So just making the opponent's board into a 1 attack minions could be the better way to go. Just don't forget there is a stupid bug going on right now. If you actually have Wickerfang on the board already and play Twilight Time Reaver for 1 health on all minions, this is gonna bring Wickerfang down to 1, and he is not gonna gain health for some reason out of the end turn effect from your minions, so you are gonna have a 1 health Wickerfang at the end. That actually happened in one of our games, and it kinda cost us the game, not gonna lie. Wickerfang is also pretty good, even straight out on tempo. He's just way too much stats. Like, let's not pretend he makes too much sense in the deck. He's just way too good for what he is, and he could be a win condition on his own. And also, if you actually manage to stick this guy with a 5 mana location on the board from Elise, giving everybody +2 attack is gonna give Wickerfang a grand total of +10 attack, which could be insane. Narrowlex is pretty nice because it does allow you to actually drop things like Ferak for 1 mana, Essera for 1 mana, heck, even Merithra for 1 mana for the sake of just sticking extra stats on the board, so it could be good. Couple of Underkings can definitely put a kink in the opponent's plan, because this deck a lot of the times looks like it's about to die, but with a couple of Underkings things back to back, things go 0 to 60 real freaking fast. Merithra is definitely pretty amazing in here, and in some matchups you're literally gonna straight out hold on to her in your mulligan just for the sake of actually loading her up as soon as turn 8, and technically speaking you could even drop her sooner, but in some matchups you're not gonna care for her, like if you're against fast aggressive decks, obviously you're not gonna have time to dilly-dally with this thing, and in other matchups you're straight up just gonna have to rip her without actually spending the 25 mana if you didn't have actually time. If you didn't actually have time to load her up, you're still gonna get yourself a full hand of interesting dragons, and let's not pretend some of the dragons are already pretty cheap, not very good, but a lot of the time even if you've actually spent the 25 mana, you're still gonna get yourself a bunch of 4 mana or less dragons that really don't do all that much. And don't always try to actually play this girl when your hand is close to empty. In some cases you just want to get yourself a few good big minions, and against some matchups that's gonna be enough. Shell can also be interesting in here, giving you basically 10 damage from hand with the 5 damage AoE and the +5/+5. Essera is nice because it gives you a lot more mana, and Ferak at the end is gonna give you a lot of good randomness nowadays, and it is an extra dragon for your activation for Darkscale Broodmother, let's say. Matchup wise, we actually have a good amount of sample size here, and like I said, you are gonna be good against Spell Demon Hunters, but what you're not gonna be good against would be Paladins. If you're facing too many Paladins, this deck is not gonna do too well for you, and same goes for other aggro decks like Aggro Druid, which is still actually a deck, and also Unholy Death Knight can rip you, but as for the rest of them, you're basically 50-50 or very positive, except for Herald Shaman, which is also not gonna be your friend. When it comes down to the mulligan, here's what the stats are looking like. Basically look for your ramp, for your good card draw stuff. The Darkscale Broodmother can be pretty nice, a Midrosil if you're curving into it, same with Broodwatcher. Innervate can help if the hand makes sense, and depending on the matchup, Press the Advantage can also be good. Like I said, against slower matchups, Merithra would be a pretty good keep as well, and maybe Elise, maybe if you're curving into Wickerfang, heck, maybe even if you're curving into Xavius, but for cards like this to be something to consider, you already need to have something like at least Acceleration Aura. On the coin, again, we can say plenty of the same stuff. I'd say Merithra here is a little bit more keepable, but still comes down to the matchup. That's about it for this deck. It's definitely one of the most expensive decks out there, but definitely pretty fun and strong if you know how to pull it off, so would be worth a check, especially if you're sick of losing to Spell Demon Hunters. Hope you enjoyed the guide, and if you did, a like and subscribe would be great, but now let's check out some of my games on my road back to top legend with it. Hope you enjoy. Facing Dick. Let's see how Dick does. Those are rare.
Fire does more than burn.
Alright, Horn of Plenty could be decent. Curving into Xavius could be interesting. But I'd rather just try to find some ramp. That ain't too bad. It's gonna help me drop this guy faster. Against the Dick. I will be expecting him to be Herald Dick, although Unholy Death Knight is still real strong. This one's nice, but having this girl getting nice and loaded nice and quick,
Now is the time to act.
I think I like that better. Okay, my body should start getting prepared for some big men in my future, so let's see if this handles some big men in my future. It's gonna be 3 mana trees. That handles big men in my future, don't it? Be a lot cooler if it did. Yeah, you know it, say my name. How's it going, bud? How you doing? How you doing? Doesn't play the big man. Peculiar. I still could just go here, you know. Alternatively, I could play this thing into a hero power and this thing next turn is gonna be active, but I think I'd rather just fill the board nowadays. Death Knight doesn't handle this board all that well. Turn 3, 8/8. It's not that bad. And there's that big man we're talking about. Ooh, that's kind of fucked.
Feed my children.
Technically speaking, I could kill it. Realistically speaking, I'm not gonna.
Stay back. Cooking up something special.
Lies ahead remains in flux.
Hmm.
How to handle this?
How should I approach this? We have plenty of options here. Options feel plentiful here indeed. I think I'd rather cycle it. That ain't the worst.
The menagerie is for guests only.
I'll just get some drag on these nuts. I guess I can poke it a little like that. Get it ready to kill. Not sure how much that helped him. Unless he has Leech in there. Doesn't. Acceleration was gonna be pretty sexual.
How to handle this?
Let's just get this thing on. No need to do anything too special here. Against this guy, at least for 10 mana, might be the way to go. We are gonna need some serious damage out of her. It's mildly annoying, but not a big deal.
I remember this place.
It's Merithra Druid, Gore. What do you mean? What is it? What do you mean? What do you mean? You are well aware of what this is. Haven't played in weeks? Why, dude?
A conundrum. A conundrum.
Could try and do some tempo with this, even though this would be pretty good after the Herald action happens.
Now is the time to act.
No Hunter deck to play. I mean, Quest Hunter feels pretty alright. It's not top tier, but feels alright. Boring? I guess. Play the other Quest Hunter then. Well, make something up. Make something up. That's not super ideal for me. Unplayable, yeah. That's how they get you. Uh-oh, poopy.
You here?
How to handle this?
Could just check what's in Merithra, but could also just Wicker Fang, maybe Xavius, or heck, even Elise. Let's see Elise for a tenner and just Wicker Fang, shall we? That's bullshit. Spell damage on this is a good amount of extra damage with nothing too crazy.
Now is the time to act.
Maybe this is fine. Okay. Thank you very much, yeah. Not sure I like it too much, but it's something. Feels like some Peaky Blinders shit, in it. The Peaky Blinders. Works. Uh-oh. Yeah. Okay, we're not very happy with that. Not too sad either, though. That's his whole turn, basically. That was definitely a turn. You piece of shit. You piece of shit. You're hard running that crap? You dumb bitch. You got a license for that? Hey, how's it going, Alex? Think I've been pretty tame, Pally. What do you mean? What do you mean? I've been pretty tame lately. Okay, let's see it, my opponent. Let's see what you got there, buddy. What you got there, old buddy, old pal? Plus 16 out of this is kind of sexual, but rather see what's in the drag on these nuts. That'd be pretty good.
I've seen the end.
Now is the time to act.
Oopsie, I thought I played this shit, you piece of piss. God damn it, bro. I literally thought I dragged these nuts. Fucking hell. Stupid.
You are prepared.
That was dumb. Well, he killed it. Guess he's deleting the board or something. No? Is he bottom riding with extra steps? Yeah, gotta work on these nuts. Ain't you dead? I guess.
My blood for the leech.
Huh. Bruh, you mind?
Stay back!
Apologies, my good Mel. Aside from that last a little hiccup, all's well that ends well.
Leora versus Illidan. I make my own fate.
Against the Demon Hunter,
Fire does more than burn.
I'd love to see that. Against the Demon Hunter, do I straight out hold out the Merithra? Because I think I would. Question is, should. The real question is, should I do that? Merithra's okay, especially with acceleration, where I think I'm down with it.
Either the Legion dies, or I die with it.
Should be doing this on turn 2. I mean, 25 mana. Let's not pretend we're gonna be able to play this guy on curve from this. But let me just do this for now. Max Trap and Flow ain't the worst. This thing pulls a bunch of crap for me, so it'd be pretty dumb. Sheldra is still kinda interesting, but I'd rather just flow it. Let's go with the flow. How flow can you go? Right, let's start doing these. Taking 6 to the mouth like a champ, but it's for a good cause. How's it going, Strifen? Hello there. Bit large, that one. That Ember. I'm just hero power for now, I'm gonna play it nice and greedy. Fell back to 3. Sag. Do be like that. At least look at it this way. You fell back to 3 so far. Follow me for more motivation, guys. What you gonna do? Yeah, Merithra's pretty good if you're facing a lot of spell demon hunters. If you're facing a lot of pallies, though, might be a different story. That ain't too bad. Could just do this for now. Yeah, let's just do this for now. The extra mana don't do much for me.
Stay back.
Merithra is gonna be almost ready as soon as I'm done with these. Hmm. One damage card draw, it seems. Nailed it perfectly. Ooh. Ah.
Feed my children.
Stay back.
Dragon War is a great option. Merithra Druid is more of a situational thing you should be playing if you're facing too many spell demon hunters, more like it. Let's get some dragons. Get your dragon. Get your dragon. I like the 2 damage AoE. This guy should be well on his way after next turn. Should be well on his way. Respectable. What about the next batch? Next batch is gonna be spicier. Added some of that secret sauce. Some of them dragon forts. What? Ooh, my next dragon's gonna be 1 mana, yo. I mean, I can still do it for the sake of Sarah. I'd rather save this for a random location he might get.
business with the bronze.
I mean, why not? Good luck with that. I yield for now. Well, we're waiting. Where to yield at?
Mysterious
That's a card I haven't seen in a while.
is your wisdom.
Bro, just concede already. Think of the children.
Time grows short.
Why are we still here? Explain yourself. Figured it out, guys. Not the quickest out of the lot, but he done figured it out. Not many viewers lately, huh? People are not enjoying this meta. Neither do I.
Fury. Fire does more
To
than
be fair, the meta is not horrendously bad right now, but kinda gets boring now quickly, don't it? Not gonna hold on to Merithra straight out here, do I? Bureau pretty annoying to play against. I mean, I guess.
Stay back.
By petal and thorn.
That ain't bad at all. To be fair, neither is this.
How to handle this?
How can I pull off a faster Wicker Fang is the real question. And the real answer is I can't. Either way, it's gonna be one turn away.
Feed my children.
If I go with this, I'm gonna have 1 mana floating. If I go with this, I'm gonna have 1 mana less later. How does that matter? Yeah, would innervate, that'd be
Now
cute.
is the time to act.
Let's just do this later on, it's probably not gonna be that impactful anyway. Extra body would have been somewhat okay, but not really that impressive either. Next turn we get to do this, that, hero power perhaps.
Care to make a wish?
Got a nice cough still. Let's just kill this guy.
You'll not harm them.
Stay back!
Yeah.
A tactical error.
Huh? I don't even pay attention what the fuck he did. Yeah, why he came now, bitch? Okay, let's see how that feel. It's kind of sad. But I'm the first on the board, so there's that at least. A little bit of card draw wouldn't have killed you now, would it? I mean, buff.
How to handle this?
That's not too bad.
Now is the time to act.
I don't know. It's not ideal, but it is what it is. Wait, what? What? What was that, boys? What? Was that a bug? Wow. What the fuck is this even, dude? Funny. The more you know. The more you know, guys. Fucking hell, dude. Okay, we're in deep shit now. We in the deep sheezel now.
Our tunnels run deep.
No, that's dumb though. Has been like that for a while. Fun stuff then. Fun stuff, I guess. Get swifty. Wow, bro. Innovate in this economy. Fuck me, man. In this economy, you said that was dumb. Gotta slow him down somehow. I'm not gonna win through chip damage, that's for sure. He swings with that weapon, I'd be happy. Iraq, Merithra. Sheldra still, I guess-ish. Xavius, Elise. Plenty. Gets innervate. I guess.
Swiftly.
That was stupid. Guess didn't matter much. There's that Shell Drusilla stuck on about 5 damage AoE's kinda alright.
I will transcend this world.
Edge. Please be good to me. Proceeds to be the opposite of good to me. Don't feel great about this, but I gotta return one, big man.
How to handle this?
Maybe I should have played this guy first. Although, it's 8-8, so why not?
I am the enemy of things. I am the cataclysm.
Fascinating. I don't think we're coming back from this. Maybe a Faraka off the top or something. Even then, I don't know what kind of cards Farak is supposed to be playing for me to be feeling happy about it. At least it's kinda alright, but I can't even go for a tenner.
I remember this place well.
And even if I could, what's that gonna do? Does not look good.
Are you a fan of knives?
Nah,
I will stand down.
too late for that. Maybe if we held on to Merithra from the beginning, this wouldn't have been like that, huh? Probably should have, honestly. Merithra is just such a big bomb card, especially against classes that can't handle white boards. Probably should have held on to it.